It's the new Fly 1031, Orlando's hottest hit music. Was popping, baby. It's Ricky Padilla and DJ Nasty, and we got a special guest in the building. Let's give it up. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
Erickson, Lubin in the building.
Straight from Orlando. You have a big weekend this weekend here in Central Florida. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to start off with your weekend. Tomorrow you have a celebrity basketball game.
Yeah.
Now, before I even get that far, let's talk about who you are and where you're from. Yeah. I know you, for the average person that's not listening right now, you top 5 in the world.
Yes, sir.
Top 5 in the world. How does that feel?
It feels amazing.
Top 5 in the world when it comes to boxing. Your name is getting thrown around with all the big names. And you're doing an event all weekend long here in Central Florida. So we started off downtown tonight somewhere. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow you got a celebrity basketball game. A lot of boxers, I understand. A lot of NBA guys pulling up from the Magic.
Yes, sir.
What else? What can you expect?
It's going to be epic, man.
Yeah.
Influencers going to be in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Just the city getting together. We're just, going to have some fun and, network a little bit.
And the fact that they're all doing that for you. You're represent Orlando, and as long as I've been out here, sometimes it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart when you see somebody do so well and they say that they're from somewhere else. Yeah. And every time that I see you get in the ring and they say Orlando, Florida, I'm like, God damn it, go ahead, Hammer. Go ahead, Hammer.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday. All the celebs are going to be out there. Where's the address at?
Yale Street.
Yale Street?
Yeah, I think it's like 312 Yale Street or something.
We'll shout out your Instagram. What's the Instagram?
At Erickson Hammer.
Okay. At Erickson Hammer. If you want those directions, where it's going to be at, it's on his Instagram. It's on mine as well, at Ricky Padilla. Sunday night, I heard you got a big party at Eden.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of ladies over there. I just want to let you know. I don't know what your lifestyle is, but there's a lot of ladies on Sunday night at Eden, so I'm excited about that. What else, man? All right, so let's get to it. Congratulations. We say top 5 in the world. Yeah. You just come off a fresh fight in Vegas. One of the biggest cards I've ever seen because that card was stacked. You were the co-main event. How was it when you got that phone call?
It was amazing. It was right after my fight in June. I fought in June. Won with a 5th round knockout over Luis Arias. And they called me like a week later saying that, I could fight September 30th, which is a day before my birthday, on the Canelo card as the co-main event against a young kid, 20-0. And it felt amazing, man. It felt like, that was the perfect call. That was the call I was waiting on. Something big, a big opponent, something that's going to, separate me from the rest of the pack. And, we walked out victorious, and I feel like it's only up from here. There's big fights.
Now let's start from that right there. You start talking about the fight that just happened, right? One of the things that I noticed, explain how it is, because even though I'm somewhat knowledgeable when it comes to boxing, you were on the B side, right?
Yeah.
Why was that the situation? Because you had 5, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was at 10.
Yeah.
Why would that be? 5 is bigger than 10 in my book when it comes to getting close to number 1.
Yeah.
Why is that the situation?
They were expecting me to lose. I feel like a lot of people.
Well, I'm gonna stop you. Oh, they don't feel like it. The whole world saying you was gonna lose in the boxing world.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but I was reading.
They had me as the underdog.
Yeah.
And that right there just it put a lot of fuel in me. It put a lot of fuel in me to go out there and prove a lot of people wrong. I was fighting a young kid, 20-0. He's undefeated, so that's big right there. Taking somebody's O is like,
he's not no chump.
Yeah, he's definitely not. I tip my hat to him. I got a lot of respect for him, but I'm experienced. I felt like I was a more experienced fighter. I felt like I was a more skilled fighter, and it's my time now. We,
as boxing fans, saw that there was a controversial, what they call the controversial win. I saw how. I won't say proud. How do I say it? I saw how sure you were when you were up there and they were getting ready to say your name. There was no doubt in your mind. You walked around waiting for them to put your hand up in the air. Like, because, when you see somebody got to eat it, and you know they their heads down, and they now you was walking around like, okay, I did this.
Yeah.
They said that you outboxed him. Explain to the average fan, because I understand it. I saw the turn up around the 7th, and I said, okay, now he's got swag. Let's see what's going on. I was drinking. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. At that point, I'm trying to figure out what's happening. Okay, where we at? What's he got going on? Then 7th round, you start to take off on him. Explain boxing and fighting to the average person. Why somebody would say, "Oh, maybe he lost," or maybe this person won.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I mean, for an average casual fan, they want to see, you know, two boxers go in there and pretty much duke it out. Just, you know, hit each other, and you know, basically on some rock'em sock'em type stuff. But you know, this fight, I just, you know, we had a game plan. My trainer wanted me to go in there and not, you know, get into an exchange with him. Not do too much exchanging with him, and just outbox him, outclass him. And you know, the name of the game is to hit and not get hit, and that's what we did that night.
Got it. Yeah, we all saw that, and you know, we started to see it around the 7th round and saying, okay, he's there now. Did you take that technique because of your previous fights, or is that something just specifically tailored for Ramos?
It was tailored for Ramos, for sure. It was tailored for Ramos. I knew I was faster than him. I knew I had the better boxing ability. I had more experience than he did. You know, he's young. He's 22 years old, and he only had 20 fights and didn't fight no former champions, no Olympians, nobody that I've fought.
Talk your talk. You're allowed to talk your talk, my brother. Go ahead. Say it with your chest up.
So I already knew I had to go in there and just, you know, put experience on him. Show him that, you know, there's levels to this game.
So you put him through a master class.
Yeah, basically.
You're allowed to say it, brother. It happened. We all saw it. We were trying to figure it out, how it was going to get done. You know, I was nervous. I ain't going to lie to you. I say you as a friend. I think you're a great guy. I was nervous. I was trying to figure out where we at. Yeah. And then, like I said, I saw it in the 7th round, 8th round. You know, I said, okay, he's acting different now. He's where he needs to be. And you know what? Yeah, congratulations. That was a huge situation for you. Now, I've heard you say in plenty of interviews, because I watch all your stuff. I obviously, you can see I'm a fan. I'm not embarrassed to tell another man that I'm a fan, right? You say that they say that you're the gatekeeper. They can no longer call you that.
Nah, hell no.
They can't call you that, right?
Nah. A gatekeeper is more like, you know, somebody that's just like, you know, comfortable with being the B-side and letting the younger guys like the Jesus Ramos of the world, the 20-0 dudes, go in there and step on them and, you know, make a name for themselves off of somebody that's like a gatekeeper.
Got it.
But I can't let nobody make no name off of me. I'm looking to rectify my defeats against Charlo and Fundora. So we definitely gonna be running that back soon. Or another big fight with, like, you know, someone like Crawford or Errol Spence.
So you start throwing these names around. That 154 category is booming right now. Like, everybody's on that right now. You talked about Charlo. If you had to fight one of those two first, Charlo, what's the talk? His name, Fundora. What is Fundora?
Yeah.
Who would you want first? Because there's two different situations in that one. For me, you know, we obviously saw both of the fights. The Fundora kid, and if I'm messing his name up, I just call him the tall guy. You know, you got knocked down early, and you came back, and you showed resilience. Yeah. And for me, it was like anybody that plays sports, that's what you do. Like, you don't give up, bro. Whether it's baseball, basketball, and we saw you not give up. You know what I'm saying? The outcome wasn't the outcome that you wanted, obviously, but would it be more rewarding to fight him and win, or would it be more rewarding to fight Charlo and win? What do you think? What's more on your chest and saying, listen, I want him. Like, that didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
I feel like the more rewarding fight would be probably against Charlo. You know, obviously the ticket would be different, and it's a bigger fight. It's a bigger fight to make. You know, with Charlo coming off the Canelo loss, you know, he still got his fans, he still got his believers and his doubters that, you know, that want to see him get back in there. I want to see him get back in there with somebody that's at the elite level like myself. So I feel like me and Charlo would be a bigger fight, definitely a bigger fight, and it's part two.
You think he wants that right now, or do you think he's going to chill out because he bit a little more than he could chew.
I don't know. I don't know where his mind at.
Did you get to watch a fight? Or you were celebrating?
I watched it in the back. Yeah.
How does that work? Like, you just fresh off of whooping somebody's ass, you get a win, and you celebrate with your family, be like, oh, shit, you know, Charlo and Canelo about to fight. Do you watch that?
There was a big TV in the back. I didn't even go out there with the fans or anything. No? I was just watching in the back. And I seen that. It was pretty easy for Canelo.
Yeah. We didn't expect that.
No.
After all, I watched the, what's the thing that they got on YouTube, the
All Access?
Yeah, the All Access. I started buying in on it. I ain't gonna lie. I started buying in on it. Now, I went to the Miguel Cotto and Canelo fight. And I think it was 154 catch or whatever. It was in Vegas. I went out there, and within that day, Canelo came back and just looked like JV versus varsity. It was like it wasn't the same guy that was at the weigh-in. I was at the weigh-in the day before, and it was a different person. So I know he was a big guy. So I was like, oh well, you know, Charlo's a big guy. Maybe start buying in on that. I said, okay, that Mexican got it. He got it. Would you like to see you know, they're always gonna do something on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Benavidez and maybe Canelo go at it.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Yeah,
I like to see that. Yeah.
What do you think would happen?
I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards Benavidez.
Yeah.
I'm starting to lean towards Benavidez.
Is there a reason? You saying Canelo going downhill? Or
maybe a little bit. You know, I feel like in his most recent fights, he's just been throwing one shot, trying to get the guys out there. You know, he knows that he's a lot stronger than some of these dudes that he's fighting. So he don't really, like, show too much skill to me anymore. Like, he's showing just, like, you know, one shot and then trying to walk somebody down and, you know, take their best hits and give them another shot and trying to knock everybody out. I feel like the game, there's more to his game than just trying to go in there throwing one shot and knocking them out.
A lot of guys always throw Canelo's name around. I see that you've never brought him up. Yeah. Maybe in the interviews that I've caught, maybe I stepped out the room at the moment. Yeah. Have you ever thought, like, hey, I want him? Like, I understand he's the money guy.
Yeah,
but
I used to think like that.
Yeah?
I used to think like that. Yeah, but I feel like Canelo, he's more like, I feel like his game, he has a game plan before he retires. I feel like he has the dudes that he want to fight. I feel like, you know, he's on his way out right now.
He's going to bow gracefully.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know, make my own lane.
Yeah. So now, when you say your own lane, one of the things they say is you got that dog in you. For sure. And you know, you said it off camera earlier. You've never taken a layup fight. Yeah. You've always said, yo, give me whoever and let's get it done.
Yeah, it's always been like that. Cause I feel like in order to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Got it.
You know, and you get more respect. And you know, a lot of these dudes are just in it for the money nowadays. I feel like everybody want a big fight. You know, that's why I don't be throwing around Canelo's name or throwing around the biggest cash cow name, because that's not what I fully believe in. I feel like, you know, I believe in making a good legacy for myself as well. Like, leaving behind a legacy that, you know, people look at my fights and it's all great fights that they could look back on.
One of the things that I in the interview I heard you say, like, they talked about, do you think you get looked over? And I felt that and said, man, they don't put a spotlight the way they should. Your name is always in the top 5, top 10. What do you think you need to do to get that, for them to really understand? Because we understand it when you say it. You've never fought no layup. You fighting all the top guys that are in the 154 or whatever category, but they're still not giving you that okay, he's Spence or he's Crawford. You know what do you think you need to do? You need to fight this next fight, this the money one, like, to let them know.
I feel like, yeah, for sure. You know, because this next fight is gonna be, you know, one of the biggest names. You know, it's gonna be a big fight. But I feel like I just become champion. I feel like when I'm champion, you know, I'll get the flowers I deserve. You know, they see me being former champion, former Olympian, but, you know, I didn't beat those guys while they were champion. You know, I beat former champion, I beat rising contender or top prospect, but, you know, just beat the champions while they champion is the way you get the respect.
The rumor is that I saw that if there's no rematch between Crawford and Boy, that Spence, you might be next.
Yeah.
Is that a rumor? You smiling?
I've heard some. I mean, I've heard some.
You smiling? That smile is $1 million smile, because I know you know what that means financially for yourself.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's,
okay, just say you can't talk about it.
I ain't gonna talk about it right now. I don't want to talk something about that ain't, you know.
No, I understand. I understand. You know, hopefully that comes. You, like you said, you do deserve your flowers at this time, and we would love to see, you know, something like that happen. You are from Orlando. I've always told you I don't never want to pressure you like, yo, come to the radio, but you have the open door policy. I would anytime open the door. You talk about what you got going on, bro. You have an amazing weekend here coming up in Central Florida with all the events that you got going on, and this is only the beginning. You know, earlier you guys were talking about maybe one day having a fight here. Yeah. That would be amazing. Yeah. We have so many Puerto Ricans out here that love boxing. Yeah. You gonna have to come out with a Puerto Rican song. You ain't gonna have no choice. The Puerto Rican artist, somebody. But yeah, we would love to see that happen. Right now, though, just keep doing what you're doing, brother. And we're just proud of you. Again, it drives me crazy to hear them when they say Orlando, Florida, because though we speak in passing, we get to say hello to each other and maybe comment on Instagram, I'm still like, that's my guy. Like, that's my guy. He's from Orlando. I don't care what happens. He's from Orlando.
Thanks for having me, Rick.
Yes, sir. So, shout out your Instagram again.
At Erickson Hammer.
At Erickson Hammer. Now, you got some T-shirts.
Yep,
I ended up getting them. What's the website? Because I don't know about heart.
EricksonHammer.com. You go get some T-shirts.
They got some fly stuff. Yeah, he actually got like a little Latino-looking one. So if you Spanish and you might want one, he got the wrestler joint on there. It's pretty dope. But again, congratulations and thank you for stopping by the show, my man.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me.